Hello, all. I hope you had a good day. What a powerful day, man. I'll tell you that. When they tell you a full moon brings the crazies out, that would be an understatement. That would be an understatement, to say the least. For entertainment purposes only. So, I posted a video this morning that got flagged for violations. It's the second one in like 48 hours, so I am most likely going to lose this account here in the next couple weeks, if not a week. I have a backup account linked to this account. It's in my little memo, and I'll make sure to put it up on this video. So there's that. There's quite a few things that came to me today, and the grossness of activities that transpired today. And, here's the thing. I understand, without a doubt, that there is a lot about me that ruffles a lot of people. How I operate, how I think, how I talk, how I can't be controlled, how I look, how I operate. Quite frankly, it's been the story of my life. And excuse me, let me make sure that I reiterate on this, because I want to make sure that there's no confusion on a couple of things, seeing as I feel as though there is, because according to some people, I am illness, and your illness has taken a hold of you until you get help. So, of the victimhood. So, about that, here's what I have to say about that. Who are we to decide what illness takes a hold of somebody if they're playing the victimhood? And first of all, what about me plays the victimhood? Do share. I'm all ears. Phone me. What I won't tolerate... Dang, it just thundered outside. God. I swear, God backs me so much. And I do not take it lightly. I really don't. I'm not sure what about what I say or do constitutes as victim mentality. But if there's some gray areas, some skewed areas there, I do apologize. If for some reason, when I speak my truths, I share my testimony, I share my story, it constitutes as a victim mentality, well, then you need to ask yourself why you feel that way. What exactly about what I say fluffers you? And I'm going to go as far as saying, most likely, when I say things in reference to my truths, because they are mine, all right? Because we all have truths that align with your conscience, all right? We all have those. We do. And the problem is, you can't hear God or see God or walk with Him when your truths aren't aligned with your consciousness. And it's a problem. It's a problem. I understand that. And I'm trying to help people see that. I'm trying to help people see that it's okay to be raw and transparent and authentic and do you, however it is you do you, and share your story. People have to take accountability when they mistreat you. It is not our job to withstand toxicity and betrayal and deceit and lies on the regular basis. And because we start talking about it and the things that we have learned and the knowledge we have gained, which then gives us power, right? We then get classified as a villain in whatever story, right? Carrying a victim mentality when you're the one throwing stones. You're throwing stones, you're throwing swords, and you're throwing darts, and then you get upset on how somebody responds into receiving them. And then you say they're the victim. Because why again? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you're playing God. You can't throw stones. You can't throw swords. You can't throw shade on no one. That is nobody's job here. That's no religious groups. That's no, politician, elite. That's nobody's job. That is God's job. And see, we have so many people in this world playing that role. And that's the problem that's landed us here today. Here today. And what we see when we walk out that door. There's some things that came to me though, nuggets. This is going to be my only video. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to put a conversation out that I had this morning that literally broke my heart in two. And I ate that, and I worked through the entire day with my heart in pieces, being talked to like that by somebody that you would have thought never would have talked like that, considering they're a religious person, particularly family. And I've come to realize that this is the journey in my season where God truly shows me blood is not thicker than water, man. It's not. The only blood I carry is the blood in Christ, man. And what Jesus did on the cross. That is it. That is it. And you can shape it, spin it, narrate it, do whatever you want to. I'm sorry you played your cards, and I'm sorry they're playing out this way. I told you, and I've been telling you this for months. If you go back and watch all my content, since October last year, I've been saying this, that it was going to pan out this way. But she kept going and going and going. Right? Because God wouldn't choose somebody like her. Heavens no. Heavens no. But God has been seeing what's been happening in my family, in my community, in the world in different ways for many, many years. And God is here to shake things up. And I know it ruffles people. But God, everybody's anointed. Everybody's anointed and everybody's chosen. But the problem is when you go and you run from your truths and try to take God's role, you're not allowing your truths and your consciousness to align. So then that takes away your favor, your anointedness, your chosen, this and that. And I hate to say that, but that's just the truth. It just is. You can't think that you're going to come after somebody and come after their kid. My son is my willpower. That's why my son is such a gift to me. And by the grace of God, it was the first time, my son is such a miracle. He's a miracle baby. He's a miracle baby. Because God, again, my entire life has been written in stones, right? Just like everybody's blueprint is written in stones. But God knew the type of love, because you carry unconditional love for your kid. You go to bat, man. You do anything. You would die for your kid. And I would take this silent whatever on for days upon days. Here, let me put it to you this way. All right, I said this earlier to my coworker. I would much rather walk through HELL and walk through HELL in different ways I do, but I'm free. I am free right now and will forever be free. I don't walk in chains. I don't walk in bondage. I'm not conformed, and you can't control me. Okay? When I was working for my previous company, that so graciously, I was walking through HELL, right? But feeling like HELL. At least I can walk through HELL and not feel like HELL. So I'll take this as a solid win. As a solid win. And so you can shape it, spin it, narrate it. But we've got to do better. Nobody deserves to be talked to the way that I was this morning. I don't care who you are and who you think you are. Nobody deserves it. And I will stand up against it every day.